Happy Thanksgiving, everyone! I need you to picture something for me. Do you like pies? Apple pies, pumpkin pies, cherry pies? No matter what kind of pie you like, I want you to picture this. It's Thanksgiving and you've been waiting to sink your teeth into your favorite pie. So you're seated at the table, and the moment you've been waiting for has arrived. You dip your fork into your favorite cream-filled pie only to discover the worst thing has happened. The cream filling is disgusting. As a matter of fact, it's the worst cream filling you've ever tasted. The crust of the pie is really good though, but the filling is horrible. The shell of the pie is tasty, but who cares? You came for the filling. If you understand this scenario, then you understand exactly how I felt when I watched this slasher movie Thanksgiving. Let me be clear. This movie had so much potential. Every scene that did not have any slashing or killing were the best scenes in this movie. Every slashing and killing scene was awful. The best part of a slasher movie is supposed to be the slashing. The way the serial killer kills, the suspense leading up to it, and the fun of trying to figure who the actual serial killer is. That's the whole point of a slasher movie. Unfortunately, the creators of this movie missed the point. Let's start with the Black Friday scene in this movie. The Black Friday scene in this movie was so over the top and extreme. People were being trampled, and the violence was excessive. I know that sometimes Black Friday shopping events can lead to stampedes, people being trampled, and even people dying. I understand that, but this was way too extreme. People's skin were being peeled off of their foreheads, arms were being twisted and broken, and faces were bashed in by a shopping cart. It went beyond the usual chaos of Black Friday, making it unbelievable and bad. If you're enjoying this review so far, please do me a favor and hit that like button. Let YouTube know you want to see more content like this. While slasher movies are known for the build-up and killings, this movie's actual killings were the worst part. Surprisingly, the best and most believable parts were the ones without killing, featuring regular dialogue. Despite having the potential to be special and unique, the film fell short by not handling the gore realistically. Take, for instance, this parade scene where a rod went through the back of someone's head and came out through their mouth. The blood flow was unrealistic and excessive. I know it's a movie and it's not real life, but the gore in this film felt over the top, resembling the excessive gore in the Final Destination, making it seem fake and less believable. I'm not talking about Final Destination, which was released in 2000. I'm talking about the Final Destination released in 2009. I actually love the original Final Destination released in 2000. It used to be one of my all-time personal favorite movies until they went overboard with goriness and made it unbelievable. But let's go back to that parade scene. The one where a rod went into the back of someone's head and came out through the front of their mouth. Gory, right? Except the blood was streaming, and when I say streaming, I mean literally streaming, like a stream of water. See how a stream flows? Except imagine it with blood. The only thing about that is if a rod goes from the back of your head and comes out through your mouth, the blood wouldn't flow like a stream. It would fall like thick clots of blood, or it would drip like a faucet. Now you're probably saying, dude, it's just a movie. Relax, it's not real life, and believe me, I get it. But the problem is the killings weren't realistic. The goriness was excessive, just like the Final Destination. Final Destination 1 was so good in my opinion. But they went overboard with gore in the 2009 version. All the guts coming out just didn't look real. In Thanksgiving, bodies being torn in half is cool in theory, but the look of it was really fake. Here's the premise for Thanksgiving. After a bit of chaos on Black Friday that took a really sad turn, things in Plymouth, Massachusetts get even more spooky. A mysterious Thanksgiving-themed killer starts making things pretty intense in the town that's famous for being the birthplace of the holiday. Thanksgiving-themed killer on the loose, causing all kinds of chaos. It's like a thriller movie set in the real world. People are just trying to enjoy their post-Thanksgiving sales, and suddenly, there's this mysterious figure making the whole town a bit spooky. It's not your typical Thanksgiving celebration, that's for sure. Now the locals are on edge, wondering who could be behind this unexpected turn of events. It's like a real-life mystery, with everyone trying to figure out the story behind the Thanksgiving-inspired chaos. Who would have thought Plymouth, known for its historical significance, would become the backdrop for such a wild and unexpected adventure? Thanksgiving just got a whole lot more interesting in this town. To make the plot a bit more simple, let me explain it this way. In 2022, Thanksgiving in Plymouth, Massachusetts takes a dark turn when folks gather outside the Wright Mart Superstore for an early Black Friday sale. Jessica Wright, whose dad owns the store, lets her friends in through a side door, triggering a wild stampede that claims multiple lives, including Amanda Collins, the wife of store manager Mitch. It's time to level up your movie watching game. Imagine the perfect movie night, with all the gear and gadgets that turn your living room into a mini theater. From popcorn machines to cozy blankets, immersive sound, plush seating, and even home theater projectors, everything you need for your dream movie setup is just a click away. Simply click on the link in the description or pinned in the comments section. If you purchase anything by clicking on the affiliate link, I will receive a commission. Now back to our movie. Fast forward a year, and Right Mart is gearing up for another sale, much to the dismay of Mitch and some locals. Meanwhile, Jessica and her crew get tagged in a social media post featuring a Thanksgiving table with their names. Bobby, recovering from the previous year's chaos, returns to work in Plymouth, causing some tension with Jessica's current boyfriend, Ryan. The eerie vibe intensifies as a mysterious figure donning a John Carver mask starts targeting those connected to the Black Friday riot, with the recent victim being a waitress named Lizzie. The police now suspect a John Carver vendetta against those involved in the massacre. Predictability was another issue in this movie. The killer's identity was too easy to guess, which made it disappointing for those of us who enjoy the mystery of suspense slasher films. I usually never guess who the killer is, but for some reason, after seeing a couple of scenes with this character, I knew they were the killer. Don't worry, I won't spoil that part. If you're hungry for more TV and movie review content, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Now back to the video. The ending was also unimpressive. Just when you think the craziness is finally settling down, bam, more suspense hits you. It was like, what's going to happen next? The suspense was great, until it wasn't. Everything was ruined when that final moment of suspense turned out to be a mere dream. A dream? Seriously? They chose to end a slasher movie with the main character waking up from a dream? How anticlimactic is that? It's like they built up all this tension and then, poof, it's just a dream. Not the epic ending we were hoping for, right? They could have gone for something more satisfying, but dreams, come on, we deserve a better ending. In the grand scheme of things, Thanksgiving had its moments, some chilling, others eye-roll inducing. While the suspenseful scenes kept us hooked, the excessive gore and unrealistic killings left us wanting more authenticity. The unpredictability factor took a hit with the killer's identity being a bit too easy to guess. And don't even get me started on that dream ending. Seriously, who ends a slasher flick like that? So, if you're into a mix of suspense, gore, and a dash of predictability, go ahead and give it a watch. Just be prepared for some over-the-top moments, and don't expect the ending to tie up neatly. Surprisingly, I didn't give this movie as low of a rating as I should have, because of the non-slasher scenes which I thought were good. It had potential to be like the movie Scream, but fell short with the horrible slashing and predictability. The scenes without killings were good, but the lack of realism in the slasher scenes brought down the overall quality. Whether you choose to watch it or wait for the streaming release, don't expect it to be realistic. So despite the terrible slasher scenes, on a scale of 1 to 10, I rate this movie a 5.5. Ready for the next review? Simply click on the suggested video on your screen, and I'll see you there.